In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smiling. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up, I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of you, girl. This is your girl, Reese, aka the best that ever did it, aka you know who it be. And this is another installment of the Morning Mac Show. Today is January the 11th. Today is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Yay. She made it through another rotation around the sun. Good for you. Let's go out to you. Okay. All righty. Honey, how was your evening yesterday? Bernice, we had sightings that you were on the TV. They said, Bernice,
they was mistaken. Those are people who don't know me, because that definitely wasn't me, honey.
Bernice said that was a mistaken identity. But they said that they was giving that person hell just like you be giving them hell. I said, get him, Bernice, get him.
Yeah, I'm glad somebody was, because we need more people like that. We definitely need more people out here speaking up.
That's things done. And let me properly introduce you. You know, for those of you who don't know, Bernice is my beautiful, lovely co-host of the Morning Mac Show. The Morning Mac Show consists of 3 parts. It consists of Reese, Bernice, and Molly. Molly is our super producer, and I love you immensely, little brother. And I love my beautiful little sister right there, little Bernice. But she got a big mouth. Protesting and doing something. You know, but definitely I want to, introduce her properly.
I appreciate that, sis. It's been a long morning. It has definitely it's been a long morning.
Yeah. I can feel it. But it's going to be a good show today. It is going to be a good show today. Honey, I can't wait till you spill the tea, because I know you got some stuff. She ain't allegedly. She ain't gonna say that she was the one that giving that police officer. What's y'all captain name? That new black guy.
Connet, something like that.
That lady was giving him hell. So
she should have.
Because everybody upset about that, up in arms. But I'm gonna let you spill the tea. I'm gonna let you give the dirt. So without further ado, honey, this is our part of the show where we gossip, give you the news, and spill the tea, honey. Bernice, come on in, Bernice. Thank
Huh?
you.
So, first thing we're gonna talk about is Twitter. Twitter has decided to, well, they banned official Metro bus account without explanation. I don't know what happened with that, but Twitter mysteriously suspended the official Metro bus account for a few hours Tuesday, leaving many commuters out of the loop about bus routes. The Washington Metro Transit Authority announced the suspension on the official WMATA Twitter account, which was still active on Tuesday. I don't know what's going on with these people.
I didn't know
Current,
you could get a bus on Twitter or get information on Twitter.
yes, you
Something new.
can. You can definitely, but they said they suspended their account. They didn't give them any explanation or whatever the case may be. But hopefully by now they're back up and running because a lot of people depend on that stuff to get around.
Okay.
But in other news, US suicide prevention hotline 988 sees increase in calls. So we know that the mental health of people is it's really really bad out here. And I don't know what more we can do to help, but we got to figure out something. It says cries for help on the new suicide and crisis lifeline that rolled out last summer poured in at a staggering number after its release, allowing officials to gain more insight on ways to reach more in need of help. In July, 24/7 crisis care service transitioned from a 10-digit hotline to a 3-digit emergency number, 988. A man uses a cell phone in New Orleans, August 11, 2019. The 988 mental health and suicide helpline has quickly expanded its reach in 6 months since it's been launched. It has received over 2 million calls, texts, and chat messages since July. So the numbers are going up. The numbers are definitely going up. And we're seeing it like they said with Twitch and other people who have taken their lives. Mental health is so
It's
important.
always been important. It's just now people are actually reaching out for help, which I think is a good thing because before they wouldn't reach out for help. They just go on and do what they need to do. But get help before you end it all, or get help before you think that is no, you know, that there's no hope for you. There's always hope.
Well, the thing about that is a lot of people actually end up going to these centers. And I'll say this again because I've been around in DC and dealt with a lot of these centers. These people, you can go in there and you can tell them what you need. Like, and if you go missing, they don't call, they don't stop past your house. Yet these people are writing notes saying that they've talked to you, they've met with you, they create whole conversations, and they never even check on you. These
I
officers
need
are
better
not
help.
being held accountable for doing these things. They're not being held accountable. So people go, and once they go, they be like, oh, these people don't care. So why even bother? Now, I'm going to put my story out there. I ain't been to see my therapist in 3 weeks. I just wanted to test it and see how long it would take her to reach out. I'm supposed to have an appointment tomorrow. Still haven't heard from her.
Oh, that's kind of. I guess they're overworked too. You got to think about it that way. I don't know what to say. We got to do better.
You know what? There's 24 hours in a day. If you got my personal number, you can send a text, you can send an email. If you that overworked, then you need to tell them so they can bring somebody else in on it. They have different therapists. So I don't want to hear that. 3 weeks? 1 week? Okay, you don't call me. 2 weeks? No. I ain't no excuse for it. There's no excuse for it.
Because if you owe them some money, the billing department will be calling you with the quickness every day.
Yes, Lord.
The billing department, they need to make the billing people therapists. instead of the billing the collection people, you get them some therapy license so they can talk, because they talk to you every day. Because I be on the phone talking to them. I had no problem when they called my house telling them, you know, I ain't got your money. I can't even work right now. But if you could give me a job to help me make some money, they was like, Miss Mayflower, you ain't got nobody you can borrow some money from. I said, can I borrow some from you? I used to call them because I didn't have nobody else to talk to. They was like, we're going to give them your resume. Stop calling us. So, like I said, the people in the billing department, the people that be calling your house every day, because they tell you we're going to call it back and check on you, give them the task with calling the people, because they'll call some people. They will call some people. But Bernice, all jokes aside, you are right. They should have some kind of tickler where they need to call their patients back, especially if you know this is your patient and this is your regular thing that y'all do and you don't hear from them, you know, so definitely something could be wrong somewhere.
Even still, my thing is this: if the therapist can't call, they have assistants in them offices. Have them assistants reach out, say, well, Miss Smith, we just wanted to check on you and see what's going on to make sure you're okay and to find out if you're going to return.
Well, they got the assistants calling for the bills. See, that's what the assistants be doing. We notice that your insurance don't cover everything. How you doing, Miss Smith? Well, we notice that you have a balance on your account. Would you like to take care of that now or when you come into the office? But we would like for you to take care of it sometime. See, that's what the assistants busy doing, trying to get the money.
And you know what they get? Go to hell. Just like I told Amazon the other day. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Why you cussing out the people? That's probably why they messing with my account, because you, Bernice.
Whatever. Because don't be taking my money. Don't take my money, period. And then tell me I gotta wait 3 to 5 days to get it back. It ain't take you 3 to 5 days to take my money out of my account.
I'm waiting for mine too.
Yeah,
they
girl.
Did the same thing to me all the time. I'm like, oh no.
Okay.
I said, danger. You gotta put my coins back. I only get a limited amount too. Shoot, give my damn money.
So this next story, and it's leading into this. Let's talk about this because this is crazy right here. NYPD officer died by suicide after he was placed on restricted duty, a situation in which cops have a high risk of self-harm. So,
wow.
Yeah. And it says an NYPD officer died by suicide on Tuesday after he was placed on restricted duty, report says. He jumped from a building next to the offices where officers' health evaluations are conducted. An expert told Insider cops are more likely to self-harm while under investigation or modified duty. Girl.
I wonder what he was under investigation for.
I don't know. But it said to go on, it said shortly after noon today, the officer whose name was not released by police pending a next of kin notification jumped from a Queens apartment building adjacent to the NYPD medical division, where mental and physical health evaluations for the department are conducted. In a statement emailed to the Insider, police confirmed that the officer was a 5-year veteran of the force and had been assigned to the 12th Street precinct on Staten Island. The New York Daily. They said the New York Daily reported the officer was recently placed on restricted duty and had been struggling with his mental health, adding he had just left a department-mandated psychiatrist appointment before his death.
You know what, Bernice? Remember the story that you told us about last week? That officer was from Staten Island, the one that kept hitting that girl, that 12-year-old girl.
That may be.
If that's him.
It may be, but hopefully I'm try to keep up with this story to see if they tell what his name is, because it may be the same officer.
Wow. See, these officers, a lot of them are not stable themselves because it's the pressure of the world they go through so much. You have to be, in order to be a good officer, because there's good officers out there as well, and there's a lot of bad officers out there. You gotta care. You gotta have a certain like a nurse. Just like it's certain types of people that can be a nurse because of the stuff that we go through, and you have to have a certain type of heart to do the job you do.
Yeah,
Really.
definitely.
And if
So
you
this
ain't got
story
that,
right here, it says Japan, South Korea protests, China visa stoppage amid COVID spat. So basically, they stopped issuing visas. It say Japan and South Korea defended public health restrictions on travelers from China on Wednesday, a day after China stopped issuing new visas in both countries in apparent retaliation. Chinese embassies stopped issuing new visas for South Koreans and Japanese on Tuesday. It wasn't clear whether China would expand the visa suspensions to other countries that have imposed stricter virus testing on passengers from China following its COVID-19 surge. So I think they needed to do it anyway. Stay where you live at. Don't come over here bringing us that stuff.
Well, they got the new version. They got the GYW. I mean, wait a minute. It's a GWYNN variant. That's the new variant that's out. The Gwen Factor got her own variant. Honey, my sister been sick. She's talking about something. She COVID resistant. She been sick so many times with COVID, but that bitch be bouncing right on back. Gone. The Gwen Factor. So she resilient to it. So I don't know which strand she got, or which strand she had, but I know that sister keep trucking.
So for our last story, police in Prince George's County middle schoolers says middle schoolers receive online threats. Police in Prince George's County, Maryland said they're investigating threats made over social media extorting middle schoolers who may have been targeted. A Prince George's police spokesman told WTOP that 4 students received messages on Instagram and TikTok this week telling them that they will be harmed if they fail to pay $1,000 each. The students ignored the messages at first, but police said that they were later sent photos of their homes that the suspect took from Google Maps. After receiving the photos, the students told the school and their parents, who then notified police about the threats. Police said the middle school students are from Spanish-speaking families and were possibly targeted because of their shared identity. While the threats were made to students at only one school, police said it could happen again in other parts of the area. Police asked parents to keep a closer eye on their kids' social media activity. Speaking on TikTok, I saw a video last week where TikTok snuck a thing in where now when you give them access to your location, they give your exact location. Not roundabout. They tell exactly where you are. So you have to go into your phone and you have to change it because it's not a game out here. People are actually looking to see where you are exactly. And then people have to stop recording their every move. Stop going on social media every time you go out. You need to tell somebody where you at. The wrong person gonna catch up with you and it's gonna be lights out. Too many of these social media stars have been dying.
That's the wave of the thing. They never that's letting a stalker or a killer know your whereabouts every move. They're not going to give it up because they too stuck on social media. And you know what you were saying about that extortion, that scam where they running on these young middle schoolers. There's also a scam that's going around for people with credit union. Beware of this. People are going around saying that they from the credit union that you are with, saying that they need to verify and update your information. We got to beware of that as well too. That's going around. A lot of government employees was hit that way. So they trying to get money every which way. These scammers. They started with the elderly people. Then they started with all kinds of scam. They started with telling you that they're the IRS. It started with telling you that you need the information that I was even told I had a warrant out for my arrest. If I don't pay, I'm like, come get me. Come get me. Pull up on me. That's what I'm saying. So they got all of these scams out, and 2023 ain't gonna be no different. New scams. Now they're scamming the babies. Now they're scaring the children. And the children stop posting, like Bernice said. Stop posting all your crap out there on there. But the kids don't know no better, but they should. Parents, you should have a talk about that. Everybody doing the TikTok in front of their house, showing your street and your address. They're like, oh, babe, I know where that is. Even though you're not giving it to them directly, they can indirectly see your address, the street, you know. Everybody out there dancing in front of the house. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah.
That's what I like about my kids. They don't do a lot of stuff like where they going. They don't do that stuff in front of our house. But it's easy to find people because my daughter recently had an incident. She didn't tell her friends where she lived at, but they found her.
Wow.
Yeah. But the last thing I want to tell y'all about is this the chief. Robert Conti is his name. It says he broke his silence Tuesday, forcefully addressing misinformation surfacing around the investigation into the shooting death of 13-year-old Karen Blake. We recognize the community's desire to get the details of this incident, but we must also acknowledge that the ongoing nature of this investigation prevents us from sharing specifics that could jeopardize the integrity of this case. Conti said during the first press conference held since the Saturday morning shooting. There's been too much misinformation swirling around this incident. Too many people have made assumptions about this case, and it is unfair to the grieving family, he added. Forcefully, spreading of inaccurate information is dangerous, reckless, and has the potential to adversely impact the investigation and the relationship in our community. Conti confirmed the shooter is a Black man, but stopped short of identifying the individual, claiming that is not uncommon in investigations such as this. The chief also confirmed the shooter is not law enforcement. You know, and I have to say this, if it was a teen shooter, he'd have instantly put him out there. This is who we are, put the pitch out there, and this is what we're looking for. This man shot an unarmed teen. Now, don't get it twisted. I know our teens are out here and they doing some crazy stuff, but he said he saw this boy breaking into cars, which means he watched him do it multiple times. He could have came outside, shot a warning shot into the sky. He did not have to shoot this young boy multiple times. Again, if it had been somebody else, these people's faces would have been out there. This is who it was. This is what they did. Why are they protecting this gentleman? I say it's time for us to come together and go march down this street and demand something, because it makes no sense. He should be locked up. He murdered an unarmed child.
Wow. Well, that's how you feel. Y'all, like, you know, y'all need to march and protest and do what y'all need to do on that block. Y'all not giving the name or the address, but y'all know about the whereabouts where it happened. And if he said that, you know, he saw this going on, y'all can find out who the person is.
They put on the news what street it is, but I'm saying he talking about the grieving parents. So on behalf of the grieving parents, you know, everybody, like I said, we can sit around and we can talk about it all we want, and he's going to continue to cover it up, and that's what makes me sick about it. And like Louisa said, he could have called the police. You sat in your house and watched this little boy breaking into people's cars. Why you ain't dial 911? You trying to be a vigilante? We don't need you to be a hero. Be a hero and say, son, go out there and try to talk to him. How about that? The little boy was unarmed. He didn't have a weapon. If you're just trying to scam, yell at, I see you doing that. I called the cops. How about that? There are other things, and like I said, he shot him multiple times, more than once. Then they talking about he was seen doing CPR. What the hell?
I guess after he realized it was a child, a lot of people that have guns are scary, and those scary persons should have guns because anybody can get liable to get shot or get got. You know, and the people,
Yes,
you know, out there, they scared. They're probably scared that they shouldn't have been out there doing it anyway. You know, but I guess they said he got to do something, stop it. He could have just been shaking his head. I don't know how old the man is.
I don't know how.
You know.
You know, my thing is this. Again, we got a lot of programs out here. We have a lot of programs out here, but it seems that no one wants to do that one-on-one. It's as simple as sitting down talking to them. I don't do things to be seen. I don't. And a lot of these people out here are doing things to be seen. And you know, I talked to one person from, what was this program called? The Violence Interrupters. And I say, well, where y'all at? Because I ain't seen y'all on the K. Where you at? One of them was supposed to come talk to me, you know, after some stuff had happened. And I was like, we need to help these youngins. Y'all supposed to be out there to help them. He never called back, never got back to me. So far as I'm concerned, to hell with the Violence Interrupters. And I mean it just like that. Because these young boys need help. Talk to them on a man-to-man level, brother. Be their brother. Come on, man. We can't sit around and wait for them to come out here. I love these little youngins out here. And they show me respect. Open the door. Hey, Mom, how you doing today? You know, because I've talked to them and I know some of them stories, man. And not everybody actually wants to be on this corner, but this is a game of survival. Even those of us who are working right now, which people are struggling.
So was the Violent Interrupters a real organization?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
But
They are a real organization. Matter of fact, one of their men got killed, I guess, like it might have been like 3 years ago. One of them was murdered, and I'm so sorry about that. But y'all, look, if you scared, say you scared. That's what I'm saying. Because honestly, we all know up here where I live at, the K ain't no joke. It's not a joke around here. But in the same token, if you approach these guys in a certain manner, because I've talked to these guys, you know, I've been able to walk up to these guys. They barely know me. I said, come in, let me talk to you for a minute. My hood son who passed 29 days before my son. I said, baby, let me talk to you. It's time for you to get out these streets, baby. He said, yes, ma'am. He said, I've been thinking about that. So we got to do things in love and care, man.
Tragic.
It is. When I lost that little boy, I say he little boy because he's the same age as my sons, you know. But he was a grown man. This youngin was taking care of his whole family. Mama, sister, nephews, he was doing it. And after I talked to him, he tried to stay away for a long time. He would stop through, he would keep moving. Then he was murdered.
Sometimes it seems like it just seems like a lot. Okay, we got to leave on something good. Do we got any good stories?
Oh, girl, I done got lost.
You're supposed to be giving us the tea, spilling the tea. I know sometimes it takes you back and you get emotional with your feelings. I know. I understand that. We totally get it. But if you don't have any more news to report, I can give an update on January 28th.
Yeah, go ahead. Do that, sis. Okay. Yeah.
January 28th.
Let me calm myself. Calm down.
January 28th is when the premiere of Bummer is being showed at Greenbelt Movie Theater. And Bummer it's a movie that I did a cameo in, but nonetheless, the Reese or the A from the Morning Mac show is in the movie. Nonetheless, there's no such thing as a small part. Part is a part, right? So I think Molly has a clip of it that he could run. Do you, Maul? He gonna run the trailer.
Of course I will, yes.
Your girl's engaged.
Congratulations. Yes, baby.
Tam, what the fuck is going on here? Really? What the fuck is going on here?
Fuck.
Who the fuck is this bitch?
Ain't no
Bitch.
bitch. You need to calm down. That's my fiance.
Yeah, I'm not your fiance no more. Just 24 hours ago, you gave me a ring and you doing this shit.
I want you to understand that this is a no judgment zone.
I have dated all kinds of people trying to find my love. I just was like, I give up. Like, I give up.
Okay,
It's something wrong with me.
Hey, big dog, you not gonna hold the door open for a lady?
Man, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay, so who is this like mystery man that I ain't heard nothing about?
What was your name again? I forgot.
It's Jacob Williams.
Oh, well, I'm Jaleesa Twitch. It's nice to meet you officially.
So what kind of work does he do?
He out there crackhead or drunk.
Oh my girl, the pipe down, need it right now. Lately I've been going till the lights out. Got my face up and my eyes down. Shorty, now you know what this is like now. Now I got a big drop top and I'm rolling. And I told my
You gotta work it out. You have to, because you touch my hand.
I do not feel like I done already fucked it up.
There's a possibility for you to find the love of your life. You just gotta take my advice and you
cause you know I'm zoning. Shorty got away, we been chilling by the ocean. I told her my way, what can I say? Ooh, I got him looking at me sideways.
I'm hit you with this bag, keep playing. You know I ain't talking to no bum. You messing with a bum. Here you go.
No, I think she wanted to kiss him, bro.
You want to kiss her?
I don't got no time for misses. Shawty want a ring, yeah, she tryna be a missus. I've been so ahead, I don't think y'all really get it.
All righty. So y'all saw the trailer for the movie for Bum Her. Lady B, do we got comments to the side? I know we got a lot of comments to the side. I see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, quite a few comments. Let me see. I know right now Louisa is saying, Ernest said the organization should be charged as well. That's bullshit. Sequoia, good morning. She said good morning, everyone and cousin. Louisa said also, Lady B, women can approach gentlemen easier than men can. When we approach the men in the street, they see their grandma, mom, auntie, or daughter. When another man approaches a man, they have to be on the defense. It's not easy, but the connection can happen. But that's why, Louisa, they need to incorporate women into their organizations. Incorporate women. Make it a partnership. If the guys see us that way, then they need to take us along. Let us tag along. Let us approach it. Then we bring you in so they know that you with us and let us know that we're in a partnership to help you. That's the way I see it. But hey, I'm just one person. DJ Slicky said, "Be cool, Lady B. I got you. Feel you. I got you. Feel you. What you said is true." I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. That's the way I see it. And if I can approach them like that, then take me out there with you. I go out in the streets. I'll hug them. I'll love on them.
And what else are they said? That's it? I
don't know why. I'm on a new computer, so I'm trying to figure out how to go back with this crap, girl. Oh, okay. Here goes some more stuff. I got it now. We got Nene in the house. We know DJ in here, Justified Janice. Butter man as always. We love y'all. Okay. And Justified Janice say it happened in DC. She was talking about the shooting of the 13-year-old. And Molly said, just because you have a gun don't make you a police. Hey.
That's right.
E said that's murder in DC. Am I right? Yeah.
It's murder in Maryland too. It's murder everywhere you go. That's murder.
DJ said He meant to kill him. Molly said, cars come and go. That child life gone forever. 100%. I agree.
Right.
Cassandra in here, she says, good morning. Molly said, Ernest Wiggins, yep, lock him up. Justified Janice says, our youth are in trouble and they need love. I agree 100%, Janice. Louisa said, he could have grabbed and held him until the police came. Robbery doesn't justify death, no matter if he was an adult or a child. Hold your fire. Amen. Ernest says, are they allowed to shoot people from their home? I don't know. Cassandra said, Miss B,
so.
was you on TV? No, that wasn't me, Cassandra. That probably was my soul sister, and I don't know her yet.
Back to what you were saying about Ernest, the man wasn't in any type of imminent danger. So no, he's not allowed to do that. That's not even a self-defense, because that man wasn't being harmed or anything like that. So Ernest, no, he wasn't supposed to shoot that boy at all. That's why I don't understand why he ain't clink, why he ain't in locked up. He must know somebody that knows somebody.
Yeah. They say it's who you know.
Dang.
Okay, and Ernest said, wait a minute. Julia said, hey, out there. Julie. DJ Slicky Woo Boo say, here in Baltimore, cops killed first. Cassandra say, well, was it her? No, that wasn't me, Cassandra. That organization should be charged as well. Like, that's what E was saying.
That's a legend.
Ernest said no one should be shooting people for B&E in DC. There is no law for that to be accepted in any fashion or form. I agree. He said in some states, shooting a person who is on your property is in law. Yeah. Yep.
That's right. And in danger, you have to be in imminent danger. You have to be scared for your life, or you're threatened some kind of way.
But the boy wasn't on his property, from what I understand. It's a sidewalk, and the sidewalks, from what I understand, is government property. So if he was breaking,
that's what I said.
Yeah.
The man didn't have the, I still don't understand why he's not locked up. And then the chief of the police is like kind of on that man's side. And he was like, I don't want to give you the information, I guess because his civil liberties are in danger, but that man need to be locked up. So he ain't got to worry about people knowing the address. That's why people want to know that man's address, because he's not locked up. If he was locked up behind bars, we'd be like, okay, justice served. They got him behind bars. But because he's not, we don't know his mental state. We don't know if he's going to strike again, might want to kill somebody else or kill some more. You do not know. He is not getting the due process of law because the law is skipping over him. He's like he above the law.
Yeah, and that has to stop. Period. Because like I said, if it had been, would they consider an average black man and he just shot that young guy, that young man, then they would have locked him up. His face would have been pasted all across the news. Who is this guy that he has some kind of authority? No. I don't care who you are. You took somebody's child. And that is why they want his address. Because if you won't give us justice, some people going to seek justice. Them parents lost their child. 13 years old. No graduation, no grandchildren. He took this young man's life. Because you feel like you had some authority? Who are you? You're not God. What gives you the right?
Well, let's get into our next, so we could show the video clip, so we could discuss that. This kind of segue into what we're talking about. We got a video set up. We'll give Lady B a chance to digress again. Calm down. She might get upset after she sees this, that she might not. But calm down. Molly.
I can hear you just fine. Don't open my door.
Put the window down.
Nope. I don't have to. It's not a law.
Your license, registration, and
you can have that.
Sir, I need your license, registration, proof of insurance. Best way to stay, please. Everything's being recorded all the time.
Oh no. Pennsylvania criminals. Yay. What do you want, jackass? You tailgate me like that again, you're gonna cause an accident.
Okay, you should be cutting cars off. I was trying to.
I wasn't cutting cars off. You're a jackass.
Right away.
I have it all on film.
Okay,
See you in court.
Camera as well.
See you in court.
Like I said, everything's been recorded at all times.
See you in court. So you don't need to touch these. I'm just going to show them to you.
I need your.
Oh no, that you better know the law if you're going to enforce it.
I need your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Give me your license, registration. I need your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You do not need to touch them. You just look at them.
I need your license, registration, and proof of insurance.
They're right
all
there.
All three of these documents in my hands.
They're right there.
I need my documents in my hands, sir.
You want to push this?
I need all three of these.
The law states all I have to do is show them to you. Okay? Call a bunch of backup, coward.
Sir, I need your license, registration, proof of insurance.
Call backup, coward. Call your supervisor.
I need your license.
What's your name? What's your name and badge number?
I need your license. It'll be all.
They're right here.
Give me them. I need them.
Why?
I need to bring it back to
the law states all I have to do is show them to you.
Sir, I need your license, registration, proof of insurance. Bring it back to my car.
Why are you trying to get into my car?
Sir, I need your.
Why are you trying to get into my car?
Insurance, please, sir.
Why are you trying to get into my car?
I'm not getting your car. I need your.
Why did you try to get into my car?
Your license, registration, proof of insurance.
Why did you try to get into my car?
Sir, I need your license, because I can't see your hands when I first moved.
What are you scared? Are you scared, little coward?
I need your license.
Are you scared? Are you scared? There you go, pussy. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you.
Shut the fuck up, coward. What you looking at there?
Is there a reason why you were driving like that, sir?
I was driving perfectly fine.
On my camera, you cut over 3 lanes in traffic. And then you cut off the car.
Oh, yeah, okay. Keep on making up stories. Write that down.
Everything's all.
Write that down. Yeah. It's all right here. Write it down.
I'm going to be right back with you, okay?
Okay, go ahead. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
Question for you.
What's that?
I know the law states that I just have to show you registration, insurance, and driver's license. I don't have to give them to you.
You'd be able to exhibit them upon request on a traffic.
And I did.
Okay.
And he says I had to give them to him, which is, this is all on film. It's all going to the lawyers. It's all going to court.
Okay.
That's fine. So the law states all I have to do is show them to you.
Correct. Exhibit them upon request on a traffic
stop. I did that.
Okay.
And he's forcing me to give them to him.
Okay.
So if you're his supervisor, you may want to tell him what the law states.
Okay. Well, I'm not his supervisor.
That's fine.
I'm just here to back up my point.
And he almost hit me.
Okay.
With his car.
Okay.
And that's on film too.
Okay.
If you want to pull somebody over, you don't fly to him, get this close to the rear bumper, and then when I hit my brakes, he's swerving and not hit me and shit. What's going on?
I'm not sure, sir.
A simple traffic violation of me going from one lane to the next with my turn signals?
Okay. Like I said, I wasn't the one that initiated
the traffic stop. So I had my window cracked like this, because that's all I need to do, plus talking. He's banging on my window, trying to force open my door. I'm too smart. I lock my doors when I see terrorists come around me. Okay? And they're just extorting things. I don't like extortion experts. But we'll play the game. But you have no right to enter my car. You have no right to bang on my windows. You have no right to force me to show you stuff or give you stuff that I've already shown you.
Okay.
So there's the problem. I don't know what this guy is and what he's doing, but he's making a very bad light shining upon the state troopers.
Okay.
This will be on YouTube, like all the other stuff on my channel. And
what's your channel?
Southeastern PA Community Watch.
Community Watch? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That I care about accountability and transparency.
I understand.
Now, the 3 pieces of paper I gave him, they can be used against me in a court of law. Correct? My registration, insurance, and driver's license. They can be used against me in a court of law if something's wrong or if something's not right, correct?
In the court, yeah.
So I have...
If any of those documents were correct or...
So I have my right to not self-incriminate.
Okay.
So I technically, by law or rights, don't have to show him something that may incriminate me. Not that it will.
It brings us back to our original point of you have if you're pulled over for a traffic violation, you have to exhibit those documents.
I can show
that.
that.
At that point, we do have a right to identify.
You're correct. I will show them happily.
Right. Okay.
Forcing me to give them to you is a whole big problem.
I mean, to each his own.
Well, no.
Like I said, this isn't my stop. I just came here to
and I appreciate that, officer. What's your name, Pickens?
Pickens, Trooper Pickens.
And I appreciate that. And I'm not a dick, but I will stand up for my rights. So when he's forcing his way into my car, banging on my window, trying to get in, as I'm showing him all three pieces against the window here, all he has to do is get his pen out, address, doobie-doo. It may be a little bit pain in the ass for you guys to do that.
Right.
But boo-hoo. That's the way it is.
Okay. y'all, I saw that video. Now, I want to start off by saying this man was exercising his right of civil liberties because everything that's in the Constitution or the Bill of Rights, it should have said Bill of Liberties. Those are his civil liberties because he knew the law. He knew a little bit. Now, what comes into play, had that been a black person,
he'd have been dead.
We could not exercise our civil liberties because our civil rights would have been violated then, because they would have drug us out the car. And when you try some mess like that, cussing out at the officer, you first of all, they make you hold your hands out the window. Put your hands like you see them. Oh, the wheel ain't good enough. So you have to hold your hands out the window. When they people of color, your civil rights have been taken because they overstepped the bounds of the liberty. See, that man knew his civil liberty. He exercised it. He said that you don't have the right to take my stuff, which they don't. All you have to do is exhibit it. And exhibit it is doing this, putting it on display. See? Boop, boop, boop. St. Mary's County, I don't know if y'all ever been down there, it's notorious for taking your civil rights away from you. They locked my sister up because she driving while black at night. We left an event from my dad's house. Everybody's driving separately. She never made it home. We didn't know what happened to her. She called the next morning when they was able to let her make a call and told her she was locked up. Why did they detain her? They said because her back light was out. So the officer said, because she has dreads, said, you smell like weed. It smelled like weed in the car. Can I search your car? See, right then and there, her civil liberties and rights were being violated because your civil liberties said they didn't have no right to search her for nothing. They didn't have any suspicion, but he said he smelled weed. That's what he said. Okay, just because you smell it, she wasn't smoking it or anything. Just because you smell it, maybe she been somewhere where they were smoking weed at, or could be got in her clothes or hair, whatever. He told her to step out of the car. Asked her, can I search your vehicle? She should have said no, but by her being young and not knowing the law and not knowing your rights, she told the officer, you can search my vehicle. He went inside of her bag. Now, last I thought, your bag ain't your vehicle. Her civil liberties was violated, her civil rights. Why are you frisking and searching her for a back tail light? You stopped her for the back tail light, give her her ticket so she could go. She's a woman, and all women, we carry a little knife with us. She had a blade in there, and they arrested her because they said she had a concealed weapon. Illegal. That's how she got arrested. My brother, military, driving down St. Mary's, him and his friends, he said that he was so scared. The cop pulled them over. His friend was driving, made my brother, who's the passenger, get out of the car. And they had them boys face down. For what? For no reason. His civil liberties and rights were being violated. Again, once he found out my brother was military, because he took the ID, he let them go. Why was you stopped anyway? Why was they, they were stopped because they was driving a nice car and being black. St. Mary's County is very, very, they need to do something about that for real. That is
like they really going to.
No, I don't think they are because but it's terrible. Now that reminds me of a sundown town. I would want to be caught driving black at night, but St. Mary's, don't get it twisted. Them jokers is off the hook too. They off the hook too. But your civil rights and civil liberties was violated. Like I said, had that been a black person, that conversation even wouldn't take place like that. First of all, they would have made you roll down your window. See how that man said, nope, it's cracked. I can talk to you. They'd have pulled a gun and say, gun. You know how they do. And that's all she wrote. Oh, I thought I seen a gun. They'd have shot through that joker. And he being combative like that. See, because they be scared of black people. They not scared of their own. And their own was giving them hell. That man was giving them hell. Like Molly said, white privilege. What is the audience saying about this clip, Bernice?
Basically what I see so far, it says, say what Whitey rules, and that's that.
Slicky.
The guy who shot the kid is I'm going back. The guy who shot the kid is African American. Let me see. Molly say if that would have been him, he'd have been snatched out the car.
Molly would have been snatched through that little slit in the window. They would have broke a hole grabbing Molly up because he got dreads, because he fit the profile, because he's a different hue. He fit the danger.
Louisa said that's a white guy, so that's why he's able to pester the officer. Any other nationality, particularly black, would have been done for. Cassandra said, why the fuck is the officer asking him so many times? If it was us, oh my. Louisa say, no bull.
Cassandra, right? We already got one and done. Put your hands where I see you. Get out the car. Get out. They would have drew gun. If you would have said no, they would have drew gun. They'd be like, set it off. Like, officer, I ain't got no gun. Why you got your gun drawn? Please don't shoot me. This a phone. Can I get my license and registration? We got to ask. Can I go in the glove compartment to get my license registration? Let alone putting it up against the mirror, like the window like this. Like, see this? You better get a pen. They get off, and he was cussing at the officer, calling the officer names. We gotta say, yes, sir, officer. We can't say you shithead, you fucking, you can't say none of that. Yes, sir, officer. Yeah. And sometimes our own black officer is way worse than any Caucasian officer. I've seen that. I'm like, what are you doing, sir? What do you got? It's like they got a point to prove.
Yeah.
It's
definitely, it's a struggle out here, but Ernest said, I hate when my efforts say, okay, all the time. Peep that. Molly says, I'm not mad at this at all. Just shows white privilege in America. Nothing new. Yeah.
Speaking of white privilege in America, another breaking news, Diamond and Silk. Y'all remember the two the black lady Diamond, the Trump supporter, the Trump patriot. Her and her sister, I got to find out more information on that, dies at 51. So I got to find out, this lady who loved Trump. I don't know if somebody got her that didn't like Trump, or if she died from the jab or what. But 51 is young. And for her and her sister both to be checking out, seeing this just reminds me of the Trump supporter, because people like those would say, oh, the officer was doing his job justified, fine. But if it was different color, it'd have been a different story. But hey, Like Molly said, I'm not surprised. That's privilege right there. That's the privilege of being white. You can talk to the cops any kind of way because you what? Above the law. Money and to be the right color and to have some money, you could be black and have some money and you could get that kind of treatment. You know, and they know the law, don't they? They know the law. I tell you, Bernice is coming to the draw to the end of our show. But you know what? I'm going to reach out to Kenneth Clark because I want him to come on the show because he has an organization that he's part of. They do a men's group, a men's therapy. And I want to know if Kenneth's interested in coming on because I heard during Louisa's conversation earlier, I saw what she was posting about how it is for a woman to talk to a man versus a man talking to another man. So I would love to get his viewpoint on that and to see if there is any women in Kenneth's organization, you know, that is it or is just all men. So,
but and that brings back to some things I believe, you know, our men definitely need to come together, but we also have to stop being such a separated people. There are certain things that, like Louisa said, a woman can do that a man can't. It's certain things that a man can do that we can't. So we got to bring those things together and we have to build together. It's just that simple.
I agree. I agree 100%, 110%. I believe and I agree 200% because my 100 and your 100 is a 200. So I totally get it, sis. And Weezy's 100. That's 300%. We agree. We agree. We have to have dialogue. We have to have some type of communication. We got to find an even ground so we can march on, so we can help our people.
Yeah.
You know, we all know it's always an uphill battle, down in the valley, up the hill, car sideways. You know, we leaning every which way, but we got to stay on the field, on the battlefield. So I want to also in a couple of weeks, me and Bernice going to talk about our books, and anybody that has the book Shades of Blue and read the book Shades of Blue, tell me what is your favorite chapter. And, you know, we're just going to touch on some of the things in our books. And Bernice, tell them where they can get your book. Y'all know where y'all can get Shades of Blue at. Go all over to get Shades of Blue and order it directly from the publishing company, which is Q to Life Publishing. That's QUI, the number 2, life.com. And order your copy of Shades of Blue. It's going to be sort of like I want to say a book review. Bernice, tell them about your book, where they can go and get yours.
Well, I have my books. So if you want one, you can come to me. I have my first one was called Overcomer. Actually, my books are anthologies. So it was a group of women who came together and decided to write a book. The first one is called Overcomers. The second one is called Seasons. I have a few copies of both left. So if you're interested, you know, inbox me or whatever you need to do, and I'll get the book to you.
Can they get them in the stores as well? Are there any bookstores do you know of?
I know that Seasons was put in Walmart. And I think it was Barnes and Nobles. Yes.
Can they order it online too?
I'm not sure. Last time I went on, I know they were on Amazon. They were sold out.
Okay. Yeah, that happens from time to time. The books sell out, then they have to reorder. So check again on Amazon and they'll have it. It might be a wait or delay, but that's how they do. They say, oh, sold out, or the last 2 books in there, and then you go, you know. A couple of people told me about that, but
yeah,
I don't know. I ain't seen no revenue from it, so I don't know. See, Jack diddly squat, but that's not stopping me from writing my second book. I'm in the middle of that, and sometime soon, hopefully, at least before September, that for those of y'all who read the first one, I could drop number 2 book on you sometime in 2023. My publisher told me it's going to take 6 months. So whenever I give it to her, she said 6 months from that. I'm like, wow, she's that backed up. People are writing. They're writing. They're telling their stories. They're leaving something for generation. And that's the thing. We've been always letting other people tell our story. We need to tell our story for ourselves. So I don't want Jennifer Lopez or Jennifer White Hewitt or whatever telling the story or narrate my own story. I can write it down, and my children and grandchildren can see it for us for themselves. Because when they own our information, they twist it and bend it like they do anyway. It's very hard to believe a lot of stuff that's written. Molly was telling me, and he made good sense, because we wasn't there to talk to the people. Not unless you there to talk to the people or to some of the people that saw this is still living to witness that. And he makes a very valid point. You know, Molly always making some valid point. So where I wish he gonna sit his valid ass down somewhere. He always making a point. Oh, he always making people think. Molly, stop doing that. We're gonna change his name to Knowledge. Because he always dropping some knowledge. His name gonna be Valid Knowledge. And that Molly, $1 Million Mom, is gonna be Valid Knowledge. Because he makes valid point, and he give you the knowledge to make you want to seek it out, search for yourself. And that's what we need. He is a critical thinker, and I wish all of our people could be critical thinkers, but they not. And I can't. And I'm not even mad at that. It's like I say, each one teach one, then all shall know. And if I taught one person, then my job is done. Because it didn't say each one teach the million. If you could teach the million and masses, that's good. But if you could teach just one, everybody do just one, spread the love. And that has been our time. Kenneth, I'm going to be calling you tonight. So hopefully we'll have Kenneth Clark on the show tomorrow, y'all. Bernice, Lady B, you got anything going on?
No, ma'am.
You going to be, it wasn't you, incognito, at the pep rallies with the hat on, and, you know, Bernice, no, she was somewhere talking yesterday. That's they probably got your voiceover, Bernice. Because Bernice don't sit down. And y'all know she got a big mouth. So she going to see something, say something. And y'all know she be saying when she rolling them eyes, she looking all around, she seeing all of that. Bernice gonna get it. And I'm glad. That's good, sis. I'm glad she on our team. Molly Mall, you got anything to say to the people? He been so quiet. Valid Knowledge. You got anything to say? He probably get me later, but that's okay. He is in the back working, doing 50 million things, y'all. That has been our show, and we will see you lovely people tomorrow. Kenneth, get at me.